Hi, so this is just going to give you a quick run through of some of the tools that I've been using for the spreadsheets that we utilize to keep track of students in our contact with them and their academics. The three main things that I'm using are data validation is the first tool, conditional formatting, and then we've added a Google add-on called Power Tools, and I've used that to make some calculations. So if we take a look at a spreadsheet here, um, the first thing that I usually do is the data validation, and that's what gives me these drop-down arrows with the options that you see there. So for instance, if I wanted a column that told me how much math work students were actually completing, I could say completion of work, and then I select all of the items from this column here, and I go into data and then down to data validation. And this is where I'm going to list the options that I want to put in there. And so if I do, I've got several options here that I could use. I tend to use list of items so I can just put in what I want in there. And so the selection could be none for no work completed, some, and all. I'll just keep it real simple for right now. And I click save. And so now when I click on this, I have these options. And if I try to do something little or different, I'm going to get a little flag there that tells me that that's an invalid item. Um, so that gives me the data validation, and then the conditional formatting, I'm just going to select a few of these right now. The conditional formatting is what I use to color code these values once they are selected. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select all of these items again. And this time I'm going to go to Format, and I'm looking for Conditional Formatting. And this time, I've already selected the range that I want to apply these rules to. And so I'm going to say, because I'm using text in this case, that the text contains the word some. I want those to turn purple. And I'm going to say done there. I'm going to add another rule that if the text contains none, I'm just going to stick with this theme here. I'm going to turn those ones green. Oh, let's see if I did that correctly. Yeah, it looks like it just changed my text color. So real quickly, I'll just do this last one here. Just select these, add one more rule. If the text contains all, we'll turn this orange color. Okay. So that gives me the color formatting so that I can easily kind of identify. In this case, we've been identifying students who have not been doing any work or any kind of activity, and students who have done just a little bit. And so in this case, the rules that applied for this column are that a value is equal to a certain number, and then I have the conditional formatting colors linked to those numbers. The last thing that I do with these is tabulate the number of yellow and orange or colored boxes I have, and that's where the power tools come in nice and handy. So let's say I want to sum the number of orange cells that I have in the weekly activity level. I'm going to select the cell that I want to put that information in. I come over here to this sigma symbol with the red bar under it, and I select function by color. So it's going to insert a calculation that's based on the color coding of the cells in this column. Um, my source range, I'm going to go ahead and select all of the items in this column, and it should fill that in for me. I click OK. The pattern cell, so this is basically telling the algorithm what color I'm looking for. So I'm going to go with D2 as my pattern cell right now. Change that. And then paste the results. This is the original cell that I selected, so F3 is where I want to put this data. And so once I have all that filled in, I click on Insert Function. Okay, so I see the algorithm is up here in the function bar. There we go. And so there's the value. And I can hit enter. And so then I can insert that same function to tabulate my yellow cells and then how many are actually white. Yeah, so that's how I've been calculating those values. I have not spent much time looking at the other tools available in this add-on, um, but hopefully there'll be some more things that we can use in there. Um, yeah, so that's it. Hopefully that's